It's your boy Bobby,
It's your boy Ma.
and welcome back to the Real One Show.
Hey. I don't know why I still haven't gotten past the saying A part.
It's still
just
mind blown that the shit
keep
rhymes.
saying that just for
Hey, it welcomes everybody's in.
Okay.
Get it,
Okay. All right. So
Mo?
I think I have a little interesting backstory before we even start. Okay.
I hit.
You know, man, them young segue god. I gotta set up the segue. So
Alright, do it.
So everyone has their wet dreams, and ideally it's pretty much just a dream that involves you thinking about some weird thing or situation in which you're having sex and you just bust a nut out of nowhere, right?
Okay, so you're talking about what dream you had.
My own.
Okay.
So for whatever reason, my weird wet dream, and I don't know why I keep remember it to this day, is probably because of how weird it was. I dreamt, and I don't know how the situation was, but I ended up dreaming that I was having sex with a bear.
With a bear.
With a bear. I don't know. You guys pronounce weird words different. We just beer is beer for us in Jamaica. So yeah, I was having sex with a bear.
With a bear, and you're talking about the animal bear.
Animal bear.
You gotta watch out because they call bears. You know the definition.
Not gay men.
Okay.
That wear leathers and are hairy as hell. Okay. No.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
No. No, I was having sex with an animal bear.
In your dream.
In my dream.
Okay.
And the crazy shit was that throughout the process of me having sex with that bear, it transformed into a woman. But not a human woman, but a bear woman.
A half bear.
She had the shape of a woman, but it was still a bear. So I was dogging the shit out of that woman bear.
Were you watching anime prior to that?
No.
No?
I don't know how, where the thought came from as a kid. And I've never watched porn, really. And they all of a sudden, probably I've come across seeing porn once, but I've not watched porn up until this point.
Oh, so this was way younger.
Yeah, I don't think I've watched porn until that point. So it's just that happening. Because I never had any urges to watch porn. I never felt the need to. So having that being my first dream of whatever reason, not being able to understand it, I'm dogging the shit out of this bear. And then out of nowhere,
just fucking the shit out of this bear.
Yeah, no, I'm dogging the shit. She getting the doggy to the core. And I was a human this whole time. So it's not like I was a bear having sex with a bear. I was a human. And then she just transformed into a man bear.
A man bear,
woman bear.
Okay,
but not the pig part. Without the pig part.
Oh, okay,
just a woman bear.
I was like, wait, you said woman bear?
No, woman bear.
Okay, but the woman shape with bear features.
Woman shape with bear. She was barely without hair. She was like a better word. She was hairy.
I get it.
Yeah, but no, I was clapping the shit out of that bear, which goes into a little segue.
Well, actually, that goes into another segue
for the furry movement, which is a part of what we're talking about today.
Hold on. Before you get into that,
say it,
there's a different segue than I just thought of that we can bring it into, and it's become a meme, and it's all over the internet. Have you ever seen Bowsette?
A female Bowser?
Yes.
Is she bad?
Oh, in a lot of images, she's predicted as a bad, but this is the hugest thing in the internet right now where people are drawing Bowsette. It's so apparently there's this crown. It's a purple star crown that gets tossed around it transform you to the opposite gender.
Okay.
And apparently people, I don't know what the origins of Bowsette is, but apparently people, draw Bowser with the crown and then it turns into Bowsette. And I'm just going to search this quick. So Maurice Stoll, because you did a great, so this is a Bowsette. I'm showing Maurice Bowsette.
She looks like an actual woman though. That's not even changing into a different gender. You just change him into a whole woman. No, yeah. I mean, because anime and somewhat hentai. But it's this is She's thick though.
Cosplay. As you see, cosplayers are even boom.
Is that
that's Jessica Negri?
Yeah. Right. Okay.
But this Bowsette thing is you see pictures of Miyamoto wiping a towel with sweat. It's oh shit. But so this Bowsette thing is just something that where you talking about the girl, someone transforming into a girl, and this is big, so I just wanted to like include that. But the original
crown actually exists in the Mario.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the origins of how Bowsette came to be.
But it just became a thing out of nowhere.
It literally did. It took because like like they say like the meme of the month. It was originally going to be Bongo Cat. But then, like, halfway through the month of September, Bowsette came out of nowhere. And I have no origin story. Like, I didn't plan to talk about Bowsette, but...
Side note, Jessica Negri could acquire the whole dick.
So
I don't know if her boobs are real or not, but either way, she can acquire the whole dick.
Well, Jessica Negri, if you're listening, contact Mo.
No, she got a whole man, though, I think.
I mean, we already established that in the last episode.
You right. But the thing is, that nigga is always with her.
You're right.
So I don't think he wants me to smash while he's in the same room. I don't want to smash while he's in the same room.
Anywho, okay. Also, what's now new is more Bowsette is also Boosette, where they're turning Boo into a female. So that's a thing. So it's apparently this trend that's going on that probably has people confused. Girl? And you see like this Bowsette where someone actually keeps the Bowser form and just females it.
I want to see Shy Girl. That's what I want to see now.
Oh, Shy Girl. Yo. Well, I mean, it'll probably just be your average gamer girl then.
Because they be playing with... No, they're not shy.
Well, okay.
They're not shy at all. Gamer girls are... That's a whole nother topic there.
That is a whole nother topic.
They're out there. But,
anywho,
the segue that I made was into the whole furry movement, and it's a whole part of the topic we're talking about, which is kinks. Now, side note, I am not a kinky person at all.
Maurice is very vanilla.
However, there is something that I've always had interest in that I will talk about. But first and foremost, let your boy Bobby give you guys a little detail into what kinks are first, so it makes this conversation a lot less confusing to people who don't understand what kinks are.
Kinks are just something that you're into, either arousal or sexually in some type of capacity that is just outside of the norm of just straight, and people call it vanilla, where it's just plain straight sex. Right,
just sex, just penetration, regular penetration.
Right. So there are certain kinks, the common kinks are BDSM, right, bondage, sadomasochism, masochism.
Right.
And am I missing? BDS.
Then there's the furry movement.
Well, okay.
Where people, which is not really as popular, but it's definitely more stigmatized, where people dress up in furry costumes and do or do not have sex with each other.
Sorry. There's bondage, dominatrix, bondage, domination, and sadomasochism. Masochism. Sorry, go on. Right. And you saying
and then there's the baby kink.
Where the diaper up
right. So
that's a thing.
The guy dresses up like a baby with a big ass.
That's a thing. Or
depends on for whatever the damn reason. I'm not heard of the girl part, but I'm sure it exists. And pretty much ends up smashing his babysitter.
Well, that's the thing is there's sometimes I feel there's actually no penetration. It's purely just
a grown ass man wanting to act like a baby.
It's what they're into. It's not for me.
I'm not saying it's bad by how I say it. I'm just stating the facts because a grown ass man acting like a baby. So there's that. Yeah.
Well, the whole this funny thing is with the furry thing, I actually saw I guess they could be classified as a furry, but I actually saw someone with a whole outfit when I was walking the pier. What was that pier in Manhattan where it's overhead? I forgot the boardwalk. I forgot what they call it. It's
51.
Yeah. Anywho, but it was the first time seeing
Pier 1.
I forgot. It was the overhead walkway for people that walk from 50 something all the way to 2nd Avenue or something. I don't know. I don't mind stuff. Anywho, but it was while walking that with my friend, it was a whole furry.
Just a whole furry, not even a half a furry?
No, the whole outfit.
The whole thing.
Pink. It was pink, wolf, with the t-shirt, and I looked, and it was walking with another dude and just walking casually. I was like,
because in New York they do that. Yeah, people in costumes all the time. So I guess.
Well, no, it's not that it was people like that. Was like the whole get up, and it just took me by surprise, and I was like, damn, all right, go you, like you be proud of that shit.
Right.
So I just didn't know how to take that personally, but good for them.
In the butt, no.
Oh well, I mean, if it's a male furry, then yeah, sure.
In the booty.
But yeah, I'm gonna actually just say a couple of kinks, and I want you to
word association.
Kind of.
Okay.
Kind of like the first thing.
Hey, this is fun. Go on.
Kind of like the first thing that comes to mind, or like things that you.
And these are obscure words. These are not direct.
Yeah,
words.
It's not gonna be like straight up like what blood play might contain.
Period sex?
No.
Literally.
It's literally blood.
Real blood?
Yeah.
Where do they get this real blood from?
Well, I mean, sometimes
like pig's blood?
Sometimes it's artificial, but sometimes people actually do like getting cut, and that's their king.
So emo shit.
Kind of like, for example, it might surge from they do like needle play, where they actually like do insertions of needles through their skin. That's all.
So Nosferatu shit.
That's sure. I mean, they're again, everything's a spectrum. But so I'm just gonna say a couple of kinks and see.
Wait, not Nosferatu. What's his name?
Well, I mean, it's in the same.
No. It's the damn. What's he called? Hellraiser.
There you go. Oh. So, all right. So I'm gonna give you a word right now. I'm not very.
Go on.
Dacryphilia. And if I'm sorry if I pronounce these words wrong.
Okay, so roll up past what the thing is so I can see the word and I'll pronounce it.
Okay.
Where is it?
Oh, but the definition is right next to it. So
okay, go to the word. I won't look at it.
Dacryphilia.
Where is it? Where is it?
Oh,
dacryphilia.
Dacryphilia.
No fucking idea, bro.
No idea.
Hold on. Well, let me guess. Let me put in a guess.
All right.
Sound like alcohol. I ain't gonna lie, but how it's spelled is definitely not alcohol related. At all.
How it's spelled is actually a big clue.
Is it related to that? No, it's not related.
No. That has nothing to do with alcohol. Okay. But I'm saying how it's spelled. There's a three letter word in there that gives a clue. Dacryphilia. And I'm probably saying it wrong, so I'm probably it's probably like dacryphilia or something.
Crying?
Yeah.
Because if it's dacryphilia, then it's different.
It's turned.
Because I was thinking of the cry part. I'm like, wait, it does have to do with crying.
Right. It's turned on by tears/crying.
Well, I don't think I've seen that particular. I've seen women who cry when they're orgasming, and it didn't turn me off. but
you see, that's how it starts. It was like,
it didn't turn me off.
This is not bad.
Because she was coming. It's like,
right.
You still getting yours.
Tears of joy. It doesn't say it has to be tears.
I've had sex where the woman, like, how she comes is her soaking.
Right.
So it didn't really turn me off. At the end of the day, I know she's getting hers. So however you sound when you're doing it is all you.
Mm-hmm.
So. Okay, so hit me with another one.
Will do. So there's just something I just see. Pecatophilia.
What?
Let
me see the word. Where's the word?
Let me.
Oh, that's big. Okay, hold on. You fucked me up.
I know.
Pecatophilia. I'm not looking at the meaning.
Pecatophilia.
Is it say pecatophilia?
No, and this is the time where it's like the words doesn't actually give you.
No, okay. What the fuck would that? Okay, let me try to do some word association because I'm gonna be wrong anyway. So
the thing is, it's probably like an old word, but Yeah, I don't think you're not gonna get it.
Okay, so
because I didn't even know this was a thing.
Pecatophilia.
Let me spell it for you. PECATTI philia.
Pecatophilia.
Pecatophilia.
Is that to do with peeing?
No, it's also known as golden showers.
But that's the scientific term. There's no philia.
There is a scientific term for it, or actually they call it. What is pecatophilia?
I'm thinking it has something to do with peeing, but clearly
pecatophilia is a fetish for sinning by breaking religious rules, according to this website. So
you're literally just getting off by breaking religious rules. So you're getting off by existing.
Right.
Because you having sex is breaking a religious rule.
Hell yeah. So
I don't get it. But okay, I mean, if you're in a religion consciously doing that just for that reason, then I understand. I guess that's a wild one.
Okay, so there's this thing called sleep sack fetish.
That sounds pretty standard. You're in a sleep sack.
Oh, kind of.
With a hole in it. Are you fucking the sleep sack?
No, you're not fucking the sleep sack. Okay, so
you're just in a sleep sack. You're really snug.
I mean, it has more to do with just a sleep sack, though. It's like, it's more to it.
Besides that, you're snug in the sleep sack.
Because it's not just, it could be other things. It doesn't have to be a sack or, as they call it,
Okay, so what are the specifics about it then?
So, sleep sack fetish is an arousal from being in closed spaces. So the sub gets into a sleep sack, a bag, or a box.
Right, tight constraining.
That's what I'm saying. It's not just a sleep sack.
That's what I was trying to say. Like when you're constrained, or when you're you don't have use of your hands and shit like that. I was trying to motion towards that statement. Because I was thinking like a sleeping bag, but really snug on you.
So water sports.
What?
Water sports.
That's like, does that have to do with like the shower head in your cooch type of situation?
No, I think that's just a regular Friday.
Okay. So what is that then?
No, that's the one where you play with urine.
Okay.
That's called water sports.
All right.
There's been plenty of times where I was looking up porn and, I looked up, I'm like, oh, what's this? Oh, no.
No, you're on the wrong side of Pornhub.
You're on the wrong side, motherfucker. Again, if it's for you.
Back and go the fuck where you came from,
if man. It's for you, by all means, it's just not for me. Me personally, no blood, no scat, no pee.
Not even for you. It's not. You get down to it. I want to see. I don't want to think of people doing certain things, man. Certain things are just wild. Like, what are you eating shit? Like, what do you get off? Like, why? Not what, but why? Why? Anything that you could have gotten aroused off. Why that?
Okay. Now, this is going to be the word that I'm associated with a little bit. Again, I'm horrible at pronouncing. Oralism.
It's that shit that Janae Eco is talking about.
Who?
But you gotta eat the booty like groceries.
Oh. So.
You be eating. You be out here eating.
Eating the booty?
All types of eating.
Wait.
You just eating. Just if it's food in there, if it's a plate there, you grubbing.
No.
No,
that's not what this means. I'm sorry, sir. That is the wrong.
That's the wrong number. So what is it?
Oralism is a sexual fetish defined as like with sounds. So like the sound of a certain music, the sound of sex itself, that it turns you on. So like being
besides the music just being there for ambiance, it actually turns you on.
Well, yeah, but like like certain notes make you like feel a certain way, or like for example, how like back in the day you used to sing into women's ears and they
most definitely I still do that now.
That could be a form of oralism. Yeah, exactly.
The job done, nigga.
It's because
I think, but for me, I'm not even associating it to that. I just think it's more for the vibrations that you feel like going through your ear, like tickling your spine type of shit. I didn't know that was like a fetish thing. I thought that was just like human nature. But I mean, if it's a thing, it's a thing. I ain't tripping.
Well, it's funny because
the funny story about that. You mentioned singing into women's ear. I didn't even know he was gonna mention that. Me and a homie from back in the day, same homie that was mentioned in previous podcast discussions about like being the first person I really started interacting with in college. Mm. We were with one of our homegirls and she was driving us home from upstate. And at the time, we definitely used to have an obsession with singing in their ears because of the reaction they would get, just to see how like tickled pink they would be. So while she was driving, me and him were singing. While she was driving, not occupationally safe. It's not a safe practice.
Not at all.
But you know, we had definitely taken turns like singing in her ear, and I lost at the end, so I guess my voice was trasher. But needless to say, we definitely
like were you trying to turn her on or something?
Yes, that was the goal. That was the whole goal. Was to just get her willied up. Yeah,
get her willied up.
Yeah, that's my.
Would she have told you? Like, is that she just tells you, "Oh, I'm turned on," and that would have been the point?
No. She was just like hyperventilating.
Oh damn.
Trying to touch us, but we wouldn't let her. Like, keep your hand on the steering wheel.
Is that a kink for you? Like you turning somebody on and then?
Yeah, no, yeah. So it was just for the thrill of just making her feel like so aroused and not being able to do shit about it.
Okay.
So I guess that kind of ties in a little bit to like
so
the
maybe
whole,
maybe there is some kink in you,
kind of, right? But again. So this is the thing. Oh no, talk about your stuff first, and I'll mention to you outside of that why I feel like I still have like a little bit of that side, but not too crazy. So go on.
Well, with the whole oralism, and you know, apparently it might be oralism. Mm-hmm. It's AUR. So
oralism. Okay.
Oralism. Yeah. The whole thing with that is how actually I found that word came to be. First of all, the funny part is how I researched more about BDSM and the whole kink society is I actually did a college paper. Well, whole fetish society and kink, kink life. Is that I did a research paper on BDSM for a class in college for my ethnography class. I didn't do too well on that paper, but through that paper, I got to meet a lot of people and even, a whole like website society that is to that. And it kind of like, I want to explore this a little more than my just paper.
Right.
And I got to talk to a lot of cool people, meet a lot of cool people. And I still do time for time. I just haven't did anything related to it in a while. And I looked up that whole oralism, yeah, horrible word pronunciation.
Terrible.
And so it's funny how for me it ties a little bit to like voyeurism, where you hear somebody else having sex. Now,
is that what voyeurism is? Because I was always under the impression that voyeurism is like
voyeurism is.
I have to.
So the thing is,
the practice of gaining sexual pleasure from watching others when they're naked or engaged. Oh, that's
yeah.
Oh, so I was wrong.
Oh, what do you thought voyeurism was?
I have to correct myself.
Whoa, hold on. What do you thought voyeurism was?
I have to correct myself in a conversation as soon as I get hit up. Because I was under the impression that it had to do with exhibitionism. Like that was the scientific term for it.
It's kind of like if you're on the other end providing a showing. So
I thought exhibitionism is just literally having sex in a public place, not really expecting that people are gonna.
Yes, but it's kind of like you enjoying people watching you, while voyeurism is you enjoy watching.
Yeah, definitely not tie into like how I. Go on.
Anywho, but it's like how the college walls were, and when I was living in a certain place on college campus, my friend who's lived literally the next door, but against the same wall. So we were in two different rooms. And in those times when the room gets hot, the wall was cold. So I would love putting like my whole body against the wall to try to get like some coolness in my life. Now, this is the time where my friend picked up a person. Right. A person, a nice lady. So I didn't know that they were going to do that. And as they were doing that, my head is against the wall as it's happening and I hear everything. So I'm like, shit, I might as well be there, right? That did not happen.
Oh, I'm about to say that was a dope setup.
No. I haven't yet.
You're like, yo, let me hop on that real quick.
Well, it was like the next day I like just kidding around. I'm like, man, you didn't even make her scream.
You said it to him?
Yeah, I'll just violate on it. It was like, yo, man, you need to do better.
Oh, damn.
But just because I'm a friendly dick. But
friendly
it's kind of like through that I started kind of like hearing more, and that's why it kind of like pursues into voyeurism, where it's like I actually enjoy seeing people enjoy themselves or like each other.
Right.
So that's why it's like, a lot of things changed in me. Also, it's funny because there was another chick who lived on the opposite side. So my friend was living on the right side of me. There was a friend, like an acquaintance rather, that was living on the left side of me. And she, had her own single room. And she was a good, okay friend. I'm like, oh, cool. You're living next to me now and whatnot. And literally in the first week, I heard everything that she partaken with some dude. And again, I joked about it the next day. I'm like,
sweet nigga,
yeah, I literally joked about it the next day because I don't care.
Of course not.
And I was like, so you had fun last night, right? She's like, you heard? I'm like, yeah, but that's fine. I'm cool with it.
So can I partake in these blessings, my sister?
Well, the thing is, like, with the whole voyeurism is like not necessarily partake, because like once you partake, then it turns more into like a threesome. And I'm not sure if I'm there yet.
So you'd rather listen to people getting it in than
it's kind of like a listen or watch.
Because technically you still get the benefit of both worlds. You still get to smash and you still get to see or hear people smashing.
Right, but like that turns into something else. So it was like, again.
Oh, okay. So it just
was like a threesome or foursome or orgy or whatever.
Right.
But again, this is just what I came to terms with, is like, I actually enjoy it. Where, either, and now I haven't actually watched somebody have sex and whatnot.
Right.
But, in terms of like, well, it won't be a problem if it happened. Like, first of all, going back to college and being with a lot of dudes and whatnot, you and other dudes fucking flopped, and this is going to be probably a little personal, but
flopped. Go on.
There's a lot of questionable shit. Like, for example, I still recant to the day where after we went to the pool, we went to the shower, and we were all showering, and then of course, it had to be like the white dude in the group that is like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. And he pulls his boxers down and starts showering naked. Yeah, you remember now. And
okay.
And then you were like, oh shit. And then, cause that's who you are. You pulled down and was like, okay.
No, you see, what happened? No, it didn't just go down like that. I definitely ended up doing that, but I have to preface it by saying something. We had a homeboy that, for whatever the reason, as men, we just always clowning him. So we always are like, every time anything sexual comes up, we always make fun of him by saying he doesn't have a penis. So,
oh yeah, it started with him.
Yeah, so with him, we just always say, yo, show us your dick. If you're not offended,
that's how it started.
If you're not offended by our comments, or you don't feel like our comments are accurate, show us your dick, and we can validate it. So in that setting, it just created like the ultimate like dare. Like, listen, show us your dick. You're in the most optimal position now. Right. We just left the pool and we're about to shower anyway. So it's like, show us your dick, and we'll end all the questions. So he refused, and this is when white homie decides, I don't care, and just pulls his pants down. First of all, no one asked you.
Right.
But okay. So it's like,
and I was like, whoa, okay.
Like,
that's a dick.
So now, that's a whole dick. That's a dick now. We going somewhere.
And you, of course,
he asked me now, because he's like, you always asking me, why don't you do it? Granted, all of this is a pause moment, so let's not just overlook the fact that all of this shit is a pause ass. It's a mo, because I'm mo, but
mo, but no mo.
But it's a pause moment altogether. So I'm not disregarding that. So long story short, he was like, yo, so why don't you do it? You always telling me to do it. You might be pussy too. So I'm like, I'm never that. So I take my pants off too. I'm like, I'm not hiding from nay nigga. So long story short, I did that. And I'm like, all right, bro. So we got some white dude naked over there. I already proved my point. What you doing? What type of shit is you on? And
just a lot
he ended up, long story short, he ended up taking his pants off too. We're like, alright, you alright in our book. We can't fuck with you no more. We still fucked with him after that.
Well, yeah,
but just for the sake of fucking with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just like,
okay.
But the fact that he did it, that was just like a segue. No one got off by that though. That
no.
Thing. Like,
I'm not saying no one got. I'm just saying like for the amount of actual like male parts I've seen in college.
Right.
I'm just very comfortable.
Yeah, I've seen dudes getting neck like right next to me.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like some people will just like be like
I was talking about in like the first maybe podcast we did. Like I've been in rooms where people are literally fucking quite literally just, and we just there like, okay, cool, that's happening.
That happens. So that's kind of like where that whole voyeurism kind of like, you know, I'm just comfortable with seeing everybody at this point. Right. Nothing really phases me at this point.
Yeah, that's better said.
nothing phases me at this point. And plus I was an EMT in college, and I've seen, obviously as an EMT, you probably
drunk, passed out people.
Yeah, drunk, passed out, naked people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, you have to be professional about it.
Like you can't be like, oh, look at the little baby.
Or you can't see him the next day and like, yo, dude, so I saw you drunk and naked. You okay?
So how's your life doing?
Good. Class is great.
Yeah, life.
So that's just the whole royalism going to with voyeurism, and you know, that's just me. And again, I'll be fine without it. It's not like I'm solely dependent on the kink. Right.
And that you know that also causes a lot of problems for some people because they become so reliant on it.
Yeah.
That their sex life becomes very awkward, especially when they interact with people outside of what that interest is to begin with. Like one chick might be with it, but the next one is like, fuck kind of shit is you on? And if that's how the only way you get off, like it creates a distinct tension. But me now, talking about me with my misunderstanding of what voyeurism was. So I was under the impression that voyeurism was the opposite of what it is. So
what do you mean?
I've always had this long-standing, I wouldn't say fantasy, but the thoughts definitely cross my mind very prevalently. Like sometimes when I'm walking home, so in my area, like it's semi-suburban, so there are private houses, but there are like trees and stuff around. And there are plenty of spots when walking home sometimes, especially one time when walking home from a store, I noticed there's so much little dark patches, you know, in between trees and stuff like that, where you can definitely get it in. And just the thrill of knowing that you're in public and somebody might catch you, but not actually doing it for other people to see, that thought has crossed my mind. So that's why I'm like, I'm not all the way a square.
But you have an interest.
But I've had interest in like particularly like,
so if you do
just that though,
right.
There's never been anything else like I've been fascinated in, but just that particularly, like I've always thought like, what if I was getting it? I was clapping some cheeks right in that little spot there.
Okay, so you do have some interest in
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and if there was a girl that was down with it, would you? I
might. Okay. I would have been like, yo, pull over. Let's get it in.
Yeah.
I would definitely would.
Now the thing is
sometimes I don't care. I'm just tripping. I'm off the shits.
The thing is the fact that what might turn you on is like you might be getting caught, or the fact that people might be looking.
No, that I might get caught.
That you might get caught. Okay.
Yeah, it's not a thrill that I might get caught, but the excitement that comes with thinking that at any given moment somebody might pull up and you might have to like straighten up and hope that they don't.
So you just want to test your the game of trying to hide the shit.
And there are some spots too where there's no way people would see you. So it's just like a feeling of having sex outside for whatever reason. Like I'm always like that thought crosses my mind. So like I'm looking like really dark spaces. Like, yo, I could clap the shit out of somebody right there. People would pass and would not know a damn thing. So there may be like that thought too, like of doing something like having sex in public when no one is like within public space, but people are still not aware of what's going on. Like, but I don't think the thrill is with like either being caught or being in the space and not being caught. It's more just having sex outside just because.
Okay. So just to clarify, voyeurism is watching
the shit. Now I understand. Your boy
and
is
exhibition is enjoying being watched.
And there are texts that I have to return now to correct myself because I am not meant to sound stupid and continue sounding stupid. So I have to clarify. Just
sign it off like, yo, the homie told me.
Yeah, I have to be like, so I received word that voyeurism is not that.
The royal decree.
And granted, that's gonna put me in a situation where I'm gonna end up having to respond to other texts that are fairly sexual, possibly, but
it's not wrong.
I'll deal with that.
Yeah,
but I have to clarify. So
give me the update, man.
Definitely. So that's really where like why I wanted to even talk about like kinks is because like as much of a square that I profess to be and liking my sex as quote unquote vanilla, like I'll put you in some pretzel shapes. Don't get the game fucked up.
Right.
But like I don't really dive into the whole kinks. So but then that thought came to mind as like, but I've always thought about that, and it's not once. Like thought always crossed my mind. So I'm like, I just want to like understand like what the motivations are behind like other kinks.
Right. So now I know that you don't necessarily have any kinks or like you have that one interest, but like
there's not
you're
one
just
interest.
Completely, nothing else. Now, if you were with a girl, let's say in a relationship, and she expressed that she has,
I think I would have figured out before then.
Right, but I'm saying like not like it came up all of a sudden, like you knew it and you still fuck with her, but then she's like, she's trying to get
hypothetical right there.
Right, but she's trying to like get you in. Would you be open to it?
Depends on what it is.
Obviously.
Like if it's something that like I'm just not with, like I won't feel comfortable with, and I'm all for breaking out of comfort zones and doing new shit just to experience it, and that's all good and well. But there are just certain things like if you're not gonna consistently like do, like breaking out of your comfort zone is useless. Like if I'm gonna just break out of my comfort zone once, you're gonna have expectation that I'm gonna want to keep doing it, and I'm not. So I don't even want to get out of the zone one time just to do it because it's going to make you feel like it's going to be an ongoing thing, and I don't want to lead you down that path. So I wouldn't even like, depending on what it is, I would try it, but it was going to come with a real disclaimer. Like don't expect.
Right. Like, you're going to, if you're messing with it, you'll mess with it. But if you're not, you're not going to not.
Yeah, I'll try it just because I'm trying it, but don't think that.
Okay. So at least you're open enough to like, say like, okay.
It depends on what it is. Certain things like I wouldn't even think of doing.
Well, yeah.
Off rip, I'm just a no. And if you gonna press me, find somebody else.
Right.
But it'd have to be something extreme, like lighter stuff. Like I definitely like.
So obviously, no.
Like I've tried choking,
on the partner, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because if you're into that, you're into that.
I can't like the thought about it is just like first of all, I'd have to be like taught specifically how to do it well. Otherwise, I'm gonna feel like I'm doing something
right.
wrong.
You
don't want to be feeling like you're doing something wrong
and or kill the person.
Yeah, I'm black, so it's already a couple strikes against
like,
me as is.
And were you choking this white girl out?
Yeah, it's gonna be like no. And then most likely being me, it's gonna be somebody else's wife, and you can't really explain that. Like, how did she end up naked in your room?
And she can't talk.
And she can't. She's dead. You know what I mean? It's like damn. So certain things.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go through.
I've tried that.
Okay, so I'm gonna go through more things that if your partner brings up to you and like, hey, can we try this? And then you'll like think about it and see if you can.
Okay, so you want me to just say what I've like actually tried or considered before though?
Sure. All right.
So, and I expect a retort too.
Okay, so you already said the choking thing.
I've tried the choking. Barely. This isn't even a fetish, so it's not even worth mentioning because in this country it's like standard sexual behavior.
Say it now.
What?
Whatever you were.
What, oral?
Huh?
What, oral?
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In this country, it's standard practice.
Yeah, no. That quick side note on that part, is oral very important to you? Like, is it a make or break in a certain...
If a chick does it?
Yeah.
No. Because I'm not a hypocrite and I'm not really too prone to do it.
So you would... Okay, just because you don't do it, you don't expect...
Yeah, I wouldn't force her to. if some people do get down to that idea, I've had friends in college who literally get off on the fact that they could get somebody off with their mouth. Yeah. If you get down to that, I'm not gonna hold it against you. Don't get me wrong. Head is lit.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna fight. I'm gonna fight you to do it if I myself am not too inclined to do it. So
I'm Puerto Rican. I need to eat.
Listen, hey. It's in America, so
I know. 90%
of people are going to be doing
this is my resume I'm putting out here.
Oh yeah, for ladies.
This is for ladies.
Boy, listen, Bobby will munch the shit out that carpet.
I'm Puerto Rican.
He will chew that carpet. But
okay, when you say it like that, there is no chewing involved. The carpet,
there was a picture my homie showed me, and it was supposed to be of somebody who worked with us. I don't think it is, but it was her like with a pose like she had her knee up and her other leg out, and she didn't shave, so her legs are hairy as hell, and then there was like a forest growing out of her panty. And then she's one specifically that's super liberal, so she's all for the oral, like it's a make or break for her. I'm like, if that is really you and that's what you look like, I want to know the crazy niggas who are eating that. Cause they're not even making it to your cooch. Like they have to fight through. They have to go in there with a machete.
You jump in there and you just see some nigga just cowering in the tree. It's like, I've
been here forever. Please call help. Like, nah, I can't be caught in that kind of forest. So even if I was chewing, I don't think I could. I'd have to go in with a machete or a lawnmower.
You put out a flare signal and it just pops.
Yeah, go in there with some hedge clippers. Like, hold on, I got you, but let me clean you up real quick.
Out of control bush is not yours.
Yeah, no. If your shit is spilling out of your panty, bro.
So you're saying
I personally am a dude, and we don't even have the same kind of obligations to shaving, but I like keeping my shit clean. Especially if I know a chick is gonna wanna, slob on the knob.
Especially, yeah.
Yeah, I want to make it as comfortable for her as possible. Give her the more knob and less hair.
More knob, less hair.
More knob and less hair. I don't even keep hair on my balls.
You don't want a point where she's just coming up and taking out some.
Yeah, I don't want her to experience that. So I keep everything clean. If I know if I know that's gonna be a constant.
Right, pubes happen though.
Huh?
Pubes happen.
No, I mean to each. Do your thing, but I've gotten into not gotten into, but I've gotten chemical hair removers that literally you can wash your hair off by applying it. So I kind of just
you put that on your
and it just washes your hair off.
We'll talk afterwards because I've been trying to find something like that.
No, it's lovely. Magic powder for anybody who wants to know. I'll show Bobby later.
Not sponsored. Not sponsored.
No, not
if you want to sponsor, go ahead.
If you do, I'm still going to support you. Magic powder. That shit lit for your pubes. So because of that, and it's so simple a process. It's a little messy, obviously, but it's so simple a process that I just rather have it all clean than than shave it, because then shaving it, you still have to deal with the bristles, and the bristles hurt. So I'd rather just do that. So because of that, I like keeping my stuff clean. So as a result, inversely, I would like for the chick that if she wants that kind of treatment, that she'd at least have the plate presentable. You know what I mean? You're not going to serve food and serve everything. So you want the 4-star, 5-star restaurant treatment. Yeah, I want the plate to be exquisite. You know what I mean? I want it to be some
presentable.
Yeah, I want it to look like something that she should want me to eat. If that's not the case, and that's one of the reasons why also I'm kind of squeamish about it, because if a chick's not gonna keep her shit, all the way.
Well,
clean,
I mean, there's a difference between women scaping down there and hygienic. Or do you?
No, if it smells, I'm not even diving down there. That's a dub. But I'm talking about just keeping it clean, so I don't have to think about there's hair here.
Okay.
If I'm gonna eat and I'm keeping 100, I don't care where I'm from. If I'm gonna eat, I want a clean plate. I want to be touching nothing but cooch. Raw cooch, just like T.I. said.
So you want the raw cooch.
I don't want to see nothing but nookie when I look down there.
Okay, so you want a bald or
not even just bald, slightly, but away from the cooch area. I don't want none of the camels to have no hair on. Keep the hair on the top, where my mouth doesn't have to be. If I even decide to go down there and we lit, that's on me. But what you were saying though is head is lit, but I'm not gonna fiend on her doing it if I'm not gonna do it. I get off just fine just clapping the shit out of somebody without doing it.
So you don't do it regularly anyway.
I like titties. I'll suck the soul out of some titties. I'll definitely do. I'll fuck up some titties on the set. No, I will not. Like no disclaimer, no side note. I will fuck some titties up on the set.
All right. Well,
big titties, small titties. As long as there's some meat there, I'll fuck it up. I prefer the big ones clearly, but like
it's whatever.
I'll fuck up some titties on the set.
On set.
I ain't eating no ass. Obviously, if I'm not really messing with Cooch, I'm not eating no ass. That's just not where life is at for me.
Is there any other like kink related things that you are?
That's pretty much it. Really, is just about the choking. I've tried. I've at least been involved in like a domination submissive situation.
You tried it?
You were there with the homegirl.
Oh
yeah.
Did that really count?
There was commands being made and there were requests being fulfilled. So
but I feel like it wasn't extreme. That wasn't. I feel like it was just like tampering, not really like a full fledged.
Not on my part. My part, I was just there. I was just
that's what I'm trying. So that doesn't.
I initiated the whole situation, not the whole domination part.
But I'm saying you and a partner. If your partner is like, well, I want you to be more forceful.
I couldn't do. Like I like just clapping. I don't like having to like tell you.
So you don't want certain things
stuff. Like tell you when to stop or call me daddy type of stuff. Like I don't
call me daddy.
Yeah, I don't get down to that, man. Like I just like if you want to say sexual shit while we having sex, then that's fine. But I don't want to have to give you commands and shit like so all that like, whose is it type. Like I'm not,
not for you.
Nah, I just
okay.
I like asking if a chick likes it, but only just for posterity. I don't think I'd do it because
just for banter.
Yeah, I don't think I'd do it because
just
I
for
really
the awkward
want
pauses
an answer
in between,
or I care for an answer. Like I just
for the background noise,
just so there's some ambiance,
Yeah.
But what about you though? Because I'm pretty square, so ain't really shit going on with me.
So basically, you just end just choking, and that's it. That's all.
In terms of what people classify as even a gateway into kinks, like that's pretty much as far as I have gotten.
That's fine.
Now, what I'm willing to do might be a little more, like the exhibitionism. Like I'll clap a chick outside on the set. If me though, I don't want to clap her to where other people can see.
Well, it is. Huh? So is that really exhibitionism? Like doing it outside?
If no one is, like, if I'm not doing it for people to see, was it classified as exhibition?
Yeah, because exhibition is enjoying being seen.
But I'm pretty sure there's a bracket for it. Just having sex
I'm pretty sure. I just don't know what the
So I mean, whatever that bracket is, that like just for the thrill of like either thinking that people could see you, thinking that you could get caught in any.
I'm pretty sure there's a name for it. I just don't know it.
Yeah, I definitely finesse that. I do that.
Okay, cool. And then you said about me. Like, what about me?
Yeah, what kind of shit have you, like, do you contemplate or have you done, like, type of shit you get down to?
I've experimented in terms of, well, you say going back to the choking, back to the, like, me and my ex try to do a whole dom sub relationship. And we actually had like a contract drawn out, but we didn't actually go through with it.
Like legal contract, like,
well, not legal, like, like what specifies a guideline of like what is expected out of this,
right? Safe words and all types.
Yeah, kind of like safe words, and or like, again, with the whole dom sub thing, it's a spectrum. You can be as loose as I'm more comfortable with, or there are people, like I said, as strict as like you control my life.
Wow, that's
no. That there are people who are like, and that's why
I think I had a conversation with someone who, like, I guess allowed it to go too extreme because it got abusive.
No, like, that's always
the gray area, that lines always get crossed.
Yeah,
but or not always, but lines get crossed that sometimes in that area. But I've had conversations with people who have like had like they are. I don't think it's even a sexual fetish. Like naturally, they just are submissive. Like they like being told what to do.
Yeah,
and
definitely
because they're that way, and then somebody on the opposite end is like really dominant. Like they like telling people what to do.
Yeah.
Like it, it's gotten like really crazy. But I definitely heard of like situations where people just like really like just like being told what to do, when to do it. Like they just like get your ass over here. Like
definitely. And like I said, I'm keep saying it. It's
because
a spectrum.
That same day That same day, I experienced it. Not because
you experienced it.
I'll tell you, not because I meant to, but I was asking her if she wanted. So, like, cause we have, where I work, there's a frozen yogurt machine. Mm-hmm. So every day, or not every day they clean it, but on certain days they completely flush it and clean it.
Okay.
On this particular day, they were gonna completely flush it. On days that they normally clean it, you can turn it back on and take your ice cream and turn it back off as long as you don't get it messy. But on flush days, once it's flushed, it doesn't get refilled till in the morning. Mm-hmm. So before it got flushed, I called her over to see if she wanted to get some because she has an extreme obsession with chocolate. Okay. But I'm trying to, like, because she wants to like take care of herself. There's a whole lot of backstory. Because she wants to take care of herself, she wants to wean herself off of chocolate. So suggest healthy alternatives.
All right.
So I was asking her if she wanted the frozen yogurt instead. But how I called her over was without any kind of, like, I guess, quote unquote politeness. Mm-hmm. And it was made aware to her by the people around her, which is one thing I don't like. Like, in a normal situation, side note, in a normal situation, if I'm giving you a pass as a homie, if I'm trying to give you like the pass to be with the chick, I'm normally like the off-putting asshole. Not intentionally, but like I'll be the one that displays behavior that she doesn't want. So the other dude can be the nice guy swooping.
Oh, so you're providing an act so she'll get them away from you. So
towards the next available person who is saying the opposite of what I'm saying.
That you know that person has a thing for.
Right. I'll just give them the drift off. But unless I express this to you beforehand, I don't want you assuming that I'm being an ass because I'm giving you a pass. So in this situation, I called her name. I was like, come here. So a homie next to me is like, please. I'm like, bro, don't blow my shit up, man. Exactly how I say it is what I meant. I'm not going to ask her, please. Just let me say it. Just let it be said.
This is for you.
Yeah, me making her alert to it now is making me seem like more of an asshole. Don't do that, man. I said, come here. Just leave it at that. Let her come if she gonna come. If she not and she wants to take offense, let her do that. But don't correct me, man. Okay. So I called her name. I said, come here. So she came. Mm-hmm. And as I expected, not to say that I'm that nigga, but I already know the situation with her, so I expected it. And later on, when she said she's very submissive, I'm like, it makes sense. Because earlier, it was so easy for you to not think twice about coming to me as soon as I said it, despite the fact that there is some kind of attraction there. Like, it just seemed to, like, she didn't even, like, point out the fact. Or acknowledge the fact that they were saying that I should have said something more nice. Like, she just did it.
Right. But, keep in mind there are people who are submissive, but like submissive strictly in the sexual setting. Anything that, like there are people.
But you were mentioning people who just like being controlled.
Well, yeah, so I'm saying like, that's why I'm saying the spectrum. Yeah.
That's what I was telling you
but
about.
I'm saying
a broader
not
spectrum.
Every submissive is.
No. Yeah, no. I was just mentioning in that situation about the broader perspective.
There are asshole, mostly men, that, are on these websites, and they think just because they're on these fetish websites, they're like, I'm Dom, and you have to do what I say. Is like, bitch, who the fuck are you?
Right.
Like, just because you enjoy a certain fetish doesn't mean you could just come over here.
And that goes into what we were talking about when you let that control, like, your interactions and your sexual behavior, because you're a Dom and that's just it. You're not gonna accept.
Right. That's why it's like, again, I'm going to keep saying it. I'm sorry, it's becoming repetitive at this point, but it's a spectrum. There's a spectrum of Dom, the spectrum of sub. Me personally being I am more dominant than I am submissive, but I am more in the park of I like to earn the control, in a sexual setting. So, it's kind of like, I'm not presenting myself as Dom, but I just want to earn that right to be called a Dom or the person in control.
Pappy.
Right. And that's why with me in a sexual setting, it's more of a, I'm the shit and prove me otherwise. And, unfortunately, a lot of times, I end up winning in these sexual settings. And that's why I'm king of the hill.
Look at my man's necking himself. I would say, though, I don't even think this dives into kinks, but I would say what I do like and it's more like a refreshing thing than like a sexual fetish. Is when a woman like not seizes control, but when a woman like initiates
confidence.
When she's like when she attacks me,
and that's why there's that subtle subness in me where it's like I do want to see that. I want to see the woman actually like. I just wanted to show some interest. Like, cause I know she wants it at the end of the day, but I want her to like to go for it, like go get it. Right.
Like, I want that cooch.
Yeah.
You want this dick. 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to attack you. Well, not really. I'm more like 70-30, but. That 30%, I want to see that 30. Like sometimes I want you to attack
because it's a turn on.
Yeah, no, it definitely. I was lit because I'm like, okay, do your thing. What do you need? You need some water? Like you need a snack? Like you want me to cook something? Like let me know.
You want me to cook something?
You got it. You gotta do you.
And I am not ashamed to say that, and that's why
dope.
That's why I say the whole like fight for control, because if I see a woman fighting, it's like.
Okay. Trying to rule reverse.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like, and the thing is if I end up quote unquote like losing, or like if we were even like play fighting and whatnot, and you got some good shots, and I'm like, okay, fine. You know what? You got it. This is you now.
Okay, yeah, do your thing.
But that's why I said, and that's the kind of like what I experimented with. I'm gonna tell you the name off recording, but like with this chick, where we were play fighting and whatnot, and I was surprised about like she actually took me down. I'm like,
I was in the room. Was that the same day?
This was something situation.
Else. Okay,
this was something else. But like she took me down, and I was like, oh no.
You felt like a whole bitch. You're like,
I was like,
thing.
Shit. You know what? I'm like, I gotta give it to you.
Right.
And the thing is, and you see, that's perfect because I'm not being stubborn about it.
Yeah.
If I know I lost or like,
you just like the thrill of the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's my thing.
I earned the caveman shit.
And I
hit you over the head. This is my coach.
One of the partners I've had like in the past, that was kind of like our dynamic where she was a sub and I was like I was so new in the game and whatnot. And, so like we knew that it was going to happen, that we were going to get down. But then it's like, for some reason I could not like activate
the swag.
I couldn't activate it. Well, and for a number of reasons. I just got out of a relationship and my mind was still focused on that. And so this was like,
oh, you couldn't activate the dick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, no. You say, hold on. Don't feel, because I'm about to break that down too. Because it's not just being him. I'm sure plenty of guys have experienced this. So I'm saying that
because I had already that on the mind. B, the person that I was with for a long time. Like I've only been, before that one person that I'm talking about was my girlfriend at the time, or like ex at the time, and then one other person. And before that point, I've only been with 2 women,
right? And
really sexually explored with one. So then to be on a third woman, where it's a new body, new everything,
fresh off.
It's like the body's different, the skin tone's different,
feeling is different.
The like the face is different. So it's like my body could not register that for some reason.
That happens.
Yeah. Whereas like I was so used to a certain body, certain move and whatnot, and. Also, it's like she said, she wanted me to be more aggressive. I'm like, damn, let me ease into it. Like, I can't be.
Yeah, she wanted you to body her off, rip, and you don't know her. Like, I don't know what you're comfortable with. Don't let me just jump
because
into
it being like the first like intimate interaction and whatnot, it just wasn't going down because I was like, I don't even know how to ease into it. Like there are people who they say they're doms, and they're doms like both outside of life or outside of the bedroom and inside the bedroom. No, when it comes to me and my domness, it's strictly inside the bedroom. I don't act dom outside the bedroom. Like passive. To me, it's like there's no reason to. And the thing is, it's a turn on for some that they act outside. It's an asshole to others when they act outside.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, for me, it's like, and it's actually funny because now I'm talking about this. It's with this recent chick that I was talking to, where she ghosted me basically, and I've heard from the grapevine that She didn't mess with me, or she stopped talking to me, but she wasn't feeling me because I was too nice, and we had all of 2 conversations. I'm right. Jesus fucking Christ.
Side note of the week right there.
Right. It was like, I understand, like, hey, what do you want me to be? Is like, I'm just nice in general. I'm not being extra nice to you. Like, I don't understand. So if I'm trying to get to know you, obviously I'm gonna be nice.
But it's the Mo treatment, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, do you want me to like come in and Wayne Brady or something? Like,
is Wayne Brady gonna have?
And you know what? If you're into that, so be it. I'm just not that guy.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I can't do it outside a relationship, and I can't do it just on a whim.
Yeah, right.
So I need to be eased into it. Yeah. I need to like, no, we're gonna fight for this, So, and that's why I started learning more of like, I can't go from 0 to 100. I'm a patient person. I need to be eased into sexual setting. And I can't just, or, you throw me against the wall. And
people like confuse nice for considerate.
Well, yeah, I guess it's considerate, but it's kind of like, again, with that person.
I'm not going to say I'm not. I'm just saying, I'm just stating.
Yeah. Well, that's why, like, I don't do one night stands necessarily, is because I actually want to know a person. Like, I don't need to know the person's whole life.
If my penis can function correctly, I don't mind.
Right, but
I just have to be sure that
more times out of 10, if myself was put in a position of like, if I just go to a bar and then someone like wants to get it, I probably would be like, no. I'd be not like, I want to know you and who you are. Like, I have to have some. It's not even feelings, just something to know about you. Something.
I could probably get down to a one night. I've never had the opportunity to, and most of the women that I've had sex with are women that I get to know. So I'm not saying that it's a mandatory, but I'm not really out and about like that to get into situations like that.
Right.
I'm lying. For me, I have gotten into a situation where I could have, but I didn't because it was not the right setting at all.
Okay.
But go on. I'm gonna let you finish before I say it.
It's just a matter of like, and maybe I could now, and with given the right person, the right setting, maybe.
Right.
But just based on the experience, all of my sexual occurrences have been with fellow acquaintances, fellow people, and people who I've gotten to know. So if you fucking with me, it's not just you meet me, we do it, and that's it. No, it's going to be a couple times that we're going to do it.
Right. Even if there are no strings, you're still catching the dick a couple times.
Right. It's a package deal.
Right. And that's where a lot of
subscription based.
That's where a lot of shit gets twisted though, because it's easy. It would be easy for us to be able to say, all right, cool. Yeah, I clap you a couple times, as much as you need actually. And I'm not going to feel shit. But if they clap you a couple times, like they function better if they only clap you and not see you again. Because if they clap you a couple times, they start getting too charged. And then they start getting in their feelings. And it's like, damn.
Well, you see, and that's why as a person, I need to know what you're about. If you're that type of person,
if you get it in once, you don't have to even think about that.
Right.
Because you never know.
Right. But again, I don't know. It's just not.
He's just on. But what I will say though, I'm gonna say this to help my fellas out. I can't really say much to help women out besides you guys should be, express your equality. But say this to help out my
fight the good
here.
Fight.
Yeah, fight the good fight. I'm gonna say this to help out my fellas. If for whatever reason your manhood is called into question, as in your dick refuses to operate in a very highly charged sexual situation, man, don't be ashamed, bro. You ain't gay.
Fucking don't.
You're not. Because this happened to every dude who's ever had feelings about anything or had reservations about a situation. No matter how hype you thought you were before the situation, just as much as you can come too early, you can just fail to launch.
I bet there's dudes hearing this right now saying like, we talking about I haven't did shit.
Yeah,
this haven't happened to me.
Yeah, because some dudes, they get up fast, but they just bust in 2 seconds. So, they get too hype. Some dudes overhype, and that's where the failure to launch thing comes from. That's happened to me before. I've been in a situation where I'm back and forthing with a chick, and I knew she wanted me forever, but I just avoided having conversations with her in that department because I was in my own situation. And yeah, shout out to me, I wasn't trying to fuck that up, even though it was fleeting and it really wasn't a considered relationship, I still held my beliefs. So because of that, I never prompted any conversation sexually with her whatsoever, because I know if I did, it was going to lead to something. So I just avoided that conversation.
Yeah.
Finally, wanting to get out of my situation, I decided I'm gonna take her up on her offer because I know she wants it. So I start, I suggest this. This is it. In a conversation with a girl, when you suggest anything sexual, even if it's not directly related to you, if she's willing to talk about it, there's a chance that she's willing to explore some shit with you. Because for women especially, sex is a very private subject. They don't really like talking about it, especially to somebody who they have no interest in or they're not a close confidant. So if they start expressing certain sexual things to you, that there's a very strong chance that they're getting charged up as they speak. So I prod the conversation towards sex, and long story short, she definitely wanted it. Now came the time for it to happen. This the day. One, I think I'm not going to say this is the case, but she was early, so that probably didn't help. Like normally people are like, casual. No.
The schedule was this.
Yeah, granted, some people are fashionably late. Early. She was early. She was actually outside before the time, waiting. Damn,
she was ready. She was ready for it.
Super ready. So that made it even worse. Like I had so much against me now because I'm like, damn, she hella ready. I didn't know she was gonna be this ready. On the phone, she sounded like I was the dude and I was gonna carry it. You know what I mean? Like I was in control. And
again, maybe that's something that it was in her expectation of just being like you are already should be on your shit.
And she flipped it on me something vicious because like off rip, she came in there. We were making out like. Within seconds, there wasn't much conversation. No. She came in, sat down, it was on and popping. There's very little awkwardness besides the initial like interaction, like, oh, this is about to happen. So it's going down and my manhood is not shining. I'm there like, what's going on, my guy?
Big fella.
TVs are right in front of you. They're busted smooth open. What's going on?
You just got caught off guard.
Long story short, I went in the bathroom, had a conversation with my man. Like, yo, what's popping? You making us look stupid.
Big fella.
Yeah, because we supposed to be on the same page. I'm out here talking up a storm like, oh, I'm about to break her down. I didn't even say all that. I don't like hyping myself like that. I'm like, oh, we about to get it in.
Don't be fake now.
Yeah, no. I'm like, oh, we about to get it in. And you're not really showing her that we about to get it in feeling. Now I'm feeling like I'm gay and shit. Cause you not working and I know my shit worked because I was clapping shit before.
Yeah.
So what's going on with you? Like, talk to me. Let me know, please, before we get out of this bathroom. Long story short, shit didn't happen. We've had conversations, me and her later on, about like that day. And I was like, yo, low-key, I thought I was gay. And she's like, me too. As a joke.
Damn.
As a joke. So I'm like, damn, that's...
You see, and that's something I wish I would have done with the person that this happened to also. Is like, I wish I had a conversation because we didn't really
talk just to laugh about it. No, yeah. That's because she had no choice. Like, I had to see her at some point again. No. So... Either way, it was gonna pop up, but we clapped after that. That's why, like, this was after the fact that we kept clapping. So, obviously it was working after that. So after that, she was like, yeah, I really thought, there was stuff wrong too. I was like, nah, man, my mind wasn't prepared. So, and in a similar situation, I just came out of a situation. I was trying to get into something different just to get out of it. And mentally, I was not all the way prepared.
And that's the thing. It's just, mentally it just messes with you. If something's going on mentally, it's going to affect you.
It's even happened in a situation where I was already clapping a chick. Just that day, shit just wasn't going right because I guess I had a lot of shit on my mind in terms of this, like the state of the relationship or whatever it was, and I was contemplating not being involved anymore, and I guess it was received down there in that way.
It's like, you got it, boss.
It's like, all right, say less. We clocking out for tonight. We going home. And I tried to get him to clock back in. He was already home. So I couldn't get him to clock back in. So it was over. And she was hella turned up about it. Like, very angry.
Damn.
And that didn't help the situation at all. Cause I'm trying to keep her there. Like, yo, it's not that deep. Like, just relax. And, maybe I get back.
Damn.
And
she left. She was like,
she was hungry.
Damn.
She was hungry. So she left and I ain't smashed after, like, that day. I smashed after, but, like, it was just...
Shit happens.
There's a whole bunch of shit. So don't be ashamed of that shit, man. If you got shit on your mind, like, contrary to popular belief, ladies, we actually use our real brains. we just disregard it a lot of times when cooch is involved. It doesn't mean that we don't think. We just choose not to use our thoughts sometimes. So if we do have shit on our minds, it's not going to function. And that's just, that's what leads to certain things happening. Like, don't look down on us because of it, man. We got shit going on too. We're not just going to stand at attention just because you have a vagina. That's not how penis works. That's not how a human mind works.
We have feelings too.
Right. Now, if you've been single for a while and that happens, I don't know what kind of shit we were going through. Like, I'd get right up. I'd stand right up.
Sure.
I'm standing up. And if I don't, I'm
standing up right now.
I'm gonna have another. If I don't, and you see me leave the room, bet I'm having another conversation with my little guy.
Just a couple like, yo.
Yeah, like bro, come on, so wake up, bro.
Oh man. So, what's the moral of the story?
The moral of what? Just this whole conversation or that story? Moral of that story is like, if you got shit on your mind, man, don't force yourself to be in a situation. Like, don't force yourself to have sex until, if she's understanding, it helps because, she'll give you more chances.
I just want someone understanding,
Yeah, especially if she still wants the dick. Like, if she hasn't given up on, like, if she still has interest in the penis, she'll give you more chances. So,
and I think that's why I want someone to have a one night stand, because they won't give you the patience.
And you know what? If they do, I'm not worried. Go home.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like,
die. Like, I'm not gonna see you again. So
right,
like,
no, again, but that for me.
Oh, you just didn't like. You don't
I want that person more like understanding, patient, and like, because I have to ease into things.
Oh, hey, I'm honest. I get where you're coming from. Like, definitely,
it's just not for you. Or
no,
you're in a different mindset.
No, I understand. No, hearing how you say it now, I get why you said it now, because I wasn't even thinking about it like that. I was just thinking, I really don't have to see you again, so whatever happens, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But thinking about it like that, like knowing myself, like I don't like disappointing. And just that one time of me not being able to perform and only having that one chance, like that's the only memory you'll have of me.
That's it. There's one chance.
Yeah, that's the only memory you'll have of me. I might have to say,
you need to come back.
I'm still with one night stands if it works.
If it works.
If it doesn't work, I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be messed up for a little bit.
They're great stories, but
yeah, I'm gonna be messed up for a little bit. I'm gonna be like, damn, that's the impression she has of me. If for whatever the reason she sees me again, that's gonna be the impression she has of me. Like, either one, this dude is gay. 2, this dude is not attracted to me sexually whatsoever. Or 3, this dude's a wuss.
Damn.
And I can't help what people think, and they're most likely going to think that. And I don't really want that thought to be left in someone's mind. So having the person who is understanding and is willing to come back for the extra chance, like, that helps. Because if it doesn't happen the second time around, the third time, she will be getting killed.
You know why I also want someone that is more than one time?
Given.
I get better. Because you know their body more. And that's
it, sister.
I am a person that improves from the last time. Like, for me, I want to when I want to say I want to explore your body, I can't do it all in one run. I got to get a couple times in, explore all of the shit.
RPG style.
Exactly.
You can't just run through the main story. You gotta check the side quest. You gotta explore the caves. Yeah, you gotta farm.
So that's you know what, that's probably the best way I'm gonna explain it.
No, that's the best way you could explain it.
Yeah,
because that makes sense to me now. That I think about it as like, once you said you get better, it's like facts.
It is facts. You get better if you're messing with the same body. If you're messing with the same, again, when I say body, I'm talking women or people. You get the same person, the same personality, figure, and all that. What you get better in rhythm, better in communication, better in like tactics.
Communication, especially, because even if your rhythm is trash, even if your sex style is trash, even if you're not doing things particularly that she likes, if she's willing to express that to you, if you've been in the situation, or if you're like that comfortable with them, like that comes up, conversations pop up. Like if she's willing enough,
definitely.
Like that's one of the reasons why I say like I make it into a sport, because in my situation, like. At least one of them. Well, the other one was kind of just lit. Like she was just bussing. Like I ain't have to trip over that. The other one, harder to please, considerably in comparison.
And you're right. Everybody, not like everybody and every body is different. Stuff.
Yeah. So as a result, like that's why I kind of tried to make it into a contest to see like what. Initially, it wasn't. It was just trying to see, because I was so accustomed to a woman just getting it in. Like I wouldn't have to worry about it.
Okay.
And going from that to oh no, I'm going in, I'm putting in work, and nothing working, nothing going on.
Oh no.
So it went from me trying to figure out what kind of style like she liked, and going off of that, I started making it into a competition to where we see who would get it in first. And by get it in, for people who don't understand the lingo, it's coming. Okay, whoever busts first.
Oh yeah.
So making it in a competition. At least when she doesn't come, realistically, she'll tell me. She'd be like, you came first. Like, you didn't let me come yet. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh,
say less. Stick around. I got you on the second one. Because at least on the second one, it's going down.
Right.
So there is payback. Like, she is getting that balance.
Right.
But if I do win, I can laugh it off and be like, you came first, sucker. and there's not much I can do about it because I'm still going bust. But it's like, it's just, it makes it into it makes it less of a stigma and more of a reason to try to do better. Because if you make it into a stigma like, oh, I didn't make you come, like, now it's a tense situation.
At the end of the day, it's supposed to be fun.
Yeah. So it makes it into a tense situation. People get frustrated. Like, if you're trying to make it as relaxing as possible, like turn it into a fun experience, then even if it's something that naturally would have led to frustration, at least you can talk about it and like, come on, son, you ain't putting that kind of work. Like, what's going on? I'm like, oh, say less. You know what I mean? Like, you can get it in.
Yeah. So thank you for, talking about this. And, well, I guess thank myself for talking about this. I don't know. There's a couple of things I disclosed that I normally don't disclose to.
But you a real nigga at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, this is the real one show. And that's what we're here for.
Exactly. So, and you already know I ain't going to pull no punches.
It's true. I'll
hide names because at the end of the day, well, obviously my secrets are not just, if they don't involve just me, I'm not going to share them.
Right.
But if there's just me, I don't care. I'm talking about it. Like, but also my interest, my stuff, like, I'll talk. I don't care.
Yeah. For me, it's kind of like, at the end of the day, is like, if you take any of what I say and you like are not with it, that's fine. I'm gonna keep it moving.
It's an opinion. At the end of the day, I don't think we even had to say this. No, this is our opinion. So you obviously are. There's some things you're gonna vibe with.
But I'm saying, like, if I meet somebody, it's like, oh no, I can't. I'm not. I can't deal with that. Or like, oh, you don't.
Then they would, if they were listening to the whole thing, that wouldn't be a problem.
Sure.
Because you specifically said it's not mandatory for you. You're definitely flexible. Not. You're more with whatever is comfortable in the situation. If they didn't get that already, I don't think they can.
It's all about comfort.
Now, in terms of me, if you don't like a square, then cold world. I will say that if you have any intentions of getting it in outside at any given point in the dark, where no one can particularly,
you're gonna start small and then go big.
Then you can hit me up. But like, outside of that, we having
3 a.m. in the morning behind a tree or something.
It can't be in the park because then I can't vouch for your safety. Well, not from me, but like in an unfamiliar place. Like, don't make it a large dark forest area.
Right. Well, we're not even getting to large dark
don't do that. But I'm saying, like, if you're not with like standard, vanilla quality, at least from my perspective, sex, then you definitely not fuck with me. But Bobby, he's down with the shit. So if he's not, he'll be with it. Most definitely. So we definitely hit him up for that.
I think we run a little longer. Well, not really, but I think it's a good time to wrap it up here.
Do your thing.
All right, man. Well, this is Bobby.
This is Mo, and until next time, take care.
Peace.